What's happening? It's Jareth back at it with some Marvel Snap, and it has been quite a long time since I last have been with you guys, but I've had a lot of stuff going on for me recently, and I've been playing some Marvel Snap on the side, and recently just unlocked Thanos, and I thought, let's make a video on it. Let's get back to it. It's been too long since we've last been out there with you guys, and today we are talking about the big bad Thanos. So recently, with the new collector tokens being available for us, I had the awesome advantage of unlocking Thanos pretty much right around when those collector tokens started to roll out. So with that, we are going to be rocking our The Mad Titan deck today. So Thanos, one of the big baddies in Marvel Snap, originally launched with the game back at the pre-release portion, but was not really available for us to actually utilize other than some of the creation-based cards, such as like Agent 13. But let's get right into it with Thanos. So Thanos is a 6 mana, 8 power character with, at the start of the game, he will shuffle the 6 Infinity Stones into our deck. So for those of you who do not know, the Infinity Stones are, of course, represented on his gauntlet and offer a lot of power for us. So with the 6, we got some ones we'd like to see more often, thus creating a snap, and then some others where a little bit less valuable, but still, of course, want to play them so we can get Thanos even larger. So Mind Stone is the number one option we are looking for in our opening hand. So Mind Stone on reveal, drawing 2 stones from our decks is going to be really, really nice to do, as our deck is going to be much larger and we don't get an opportunity to pull cards from our deck without some great types of cards like the Mind Stone. So drawing 2 stones from our deck, we are hoping to see the green and the blue ones. So green and blue ones obviously are going to be the Time Stone. So Time Stone on reveal, draw 1 card from our deck, and the next turn we get 1 energy to go on top of that. So pretty much a freebie in a way with how this works, by adding that additional mana next turn and allowing us to draw a card and replace whatever options are in our hand. Next one being the Space Stone. I'd say this is the 3rd most valuable one, maybe alongside the Soul Stone, which we'll get into next. But Space Stone on reveal, allowing us to draw a card, and at the next turn we can move 1 card from this location to a different location. So with that option, we're going to be playing some other cards where moving out of that lane might be advantageous. So with it, we're not doing it all too often, but since these stones are representing a spot on our locations, a lot of the times we got to kind of strategically find what's going to be our best lane for winning. Next, we got the Soul Stone on reveal, drawing a card again. Really, really nice for what we're trying to accomplish. Ongoing, enemy cards here have -1 power. Really isn't going to be that crucial for us, but the fact that we can tone down our opponent's lane that has 4 cards in that area can be really nice to achieve as well. Next 2 stones we're looking at is the Reality Stone. I'd say this is probably the least valuable one, aside from when we really need to change a location. Oftentimes you'll find you're just playing this one just so we can say we played all 6 Infinity Stones, but has that Scarlet Witch-esque effect, transforming this location into a new one, but of course does allow us to draw a card as well, so really allowing us to churn through our deck. So again, we like to play these as early as we can. Aside from the Power Stone, so Power Stone is, of course, what's going to allow Thanos to gain strength. So ongoing, if you've played all 6 of the stones, Thanos gets 10 power wherever he is. So a lot of the times we like to hang on to the Power Stone as long as possible, just to avoid any type of killmongers out there that are going to really not allow us to utilize this powerful effect. And Electras, you don't see those too often anymore, but can also be targeting these stones. So a lot of the times we like to hang on to the Power Stone as long as possible, and with some of our other cards, we can potentially reduce this down to 0 cost. So the fact that we could drop Thanos and the Power Stone on turn 6 can be really, really nice. But Thanos, awesome card in Marvel Snap and has been a lot of fun playing. Let's get into the rest of the deck. So one thing that's really going to allow this deck to perform well is going to be Quinjet. Quinjet is an ongoing ability of cards that didn't start in your deck cost 1 less. So the Infinity Stones don't technically start in our deck, and they're added to the deck once the game starts. So with Quinjet, all of our stones are going to cost 0, which is really, really nice to utilize, and being able to churn those cards out is a really nice advantage. We are playing Lockjaw as well, so Lockjaw is really nice when we're just trying to find the rest of the stones in our deck. So when you're playing Lockjaw and you're able to have your stones cost 0 with Quinjet, we can continue to play those cards into Lockjaw as much as we want and potentially allow us to draw through some of those additionals. So at that 3 mana, 2 power, not too great, but the fact that we're swapping it with a card in our deck can mean we're finding that Thanos or one of those stones we're needing. The rest of the deck is going to be kind of hit or miss depending on what you're trying to utilize. We'll start from the top down from there outside of those key cards. America Chavez is in our deck just in case we're not able to get the big bad Thanos the way we want to. Him being at 8 power versus Chavez at 9. On that last turn, if we did not get all the stones, Chavez adding 1 more extra point can be a make or break. Also, the fact that we can't draw her does allow us to potentially draw one of the stones before turn 6. Magic is in this deck too. She is essentially here to allow us to get our combo off, right? If we're able to put her on turn 5, we're still waiting to draw maybe our last 2 stones, 1 or 2 stones. The fact that she can make this go to turn 7 does allow us 1 additional action to allow that big bad Thanos to be dropped. Khazar is in this deck too, so Khazar is really only going to be adding value to, our 1-drops, of course, so our 1-cost cards have 1 power, and those stones really aren't going to be making or breaking our victory chances, but sometimes adding 3 or 4 power to a lane because all those stones is really nice to have. Jubilee is maybe a flex card for us. You could maybe switch her out for something else, but we got her in this deck as she's playing a card from our deck at this location, hoping to draw some of those stones. Hulkbuster. So Hulkbuster on reveal, merging this card with a random friendly card at this location means we're going to add some power to the board while also not taking up a slot. You'll often find with this deck that you're playing 4 of your stones in 1 lane, and therefore you only got 4 power or so at that lane. So sometimes can add some power to this with Hulkbuster. Clearing a zone for us to drop more cards is always nice. Mojo. So Mojo is here as, again, we're filling up the zones. So the fact that he has this ongoing ability of 4 cards at this location for each side, he gets 6 power, is really nice, as that's often what we're going to be doing. Adam Warlock is another flex card I believe could be switched out for something else, but the fact that Adam Warlock is very highly rated with the Infinity Stones, right, he's got one right here in his forehead, but the fact that he's allowing us to draw an additional card if we're winning a location can mean we're churning through our deck a little bit more. And then lastly, we got Sunspot, converting that mana. You guys know how much I love Sunspot. And Ant-Man, just to fill up that target zone. So overall, a really fun deck, and it feels great when you're able to get that Power Stone off and really buff up the mighty Thanos, the Mad Titan. But that's what we got in store for you guys today. If you like these videos and you want more of them from me, please like and subscribe for more. I'd be happy to continue my spree of YouTube videos for you guys and just to showcase what potential you have out there in Marvel Snap. But let's get into it for some gameplay. Alright guys, getting into game one here for you. Trying out the new Steam version of Marble Snap. So bear with me as far as the changes and whatnot, but a little different than BlueStacks. So I'm sure it'll look a little different, but just let me know what feedback you guys have. Opening hand, we are looking alright. We did not see any of our Infinity Stones. However, we do got some good 1-drops that we can get rolling with. So we're going to start off with Quinjet just in case we do draw into those stones and we can make them free. So Yondu from our opponent getting rid of Jubilee. That's just fine. We're not too worried about Jubilee. We got Monster Island coming on in. So unfortunately no stones, but at least we can continue to play out our 1-drops. Lockjaw, alright, so Lockjaw, we'll play Lockjaw out. Hopefully we're able to draw into some sort of Infinity Stone, but what's at least really nice is we're going to play over in Necrotia with Lockjaw, and hopefully we'll do some magic action to get that train rolling for us. So Adam Warlock, right now, we're just gonna shift him away back into the deck. We don't really need him right now since we're not winning any location. Go into Mojo instead. So it's not looking like we're gonna get our Infinity Stone game this game, but we still want to pull off a victory, and it is still possible without drawing all the stones. Ooh, a Death Wave deck from our opponent. We're going to do some magic, change up that zone into Limbo, and Lockjaw is going to cycle magic back into our deck for Chavez. So, okay, not too shabby. So, we got the Reality Stone. So one kind of fun interaction is you can change Limbo into something else with the Reality Stone if you're really looking to throw your opponents off. But let's see if we can make something happen. I think we are just going to have to play this out. Maybe let's do this for fun. You know, Reality Stone, change Limbo up. Sunspot's going to gain something, so maybe our opponent is going to hold off playing their Death Wave. Oh, Reality Stone changes Limbo, but Limbo's like, I want it to come back, and Magic comes back. That's too good. Alright, so we aren't going to see anything too crazy here, but we're going to see if we can at least pull this through. Soulstone, knock down our opponent's a tier. Big Bad Thanos, not going to get his buff, but hey, doesn't matter this time around, guys. Wow, I loved that interaction with Magic and the Reality Stone shuffling away with Lockjaw. So, fun first game, goes to show you don't always need all the stones to win. So, not too bad. Let's get you over to the next one, guys. Alright, guys, game 2 for you. Opening hand is looking a little light. There's a stone. That's at least a good start there. So, Space Stone to start. I would normally like to play this just to draw another card, but we might lose out on the move effect. But I don't think that really matters for what we're trying to accomplish. So, let's drop the Space Stone here in the middle. Yondu getting rid of Chavez this time around. Space Stone drew our Thanos, which is nice. And there's the Mind Stone. So pretty much anytime you see the Mind Stone and you have, I'd say, 2 other stones in your hand already. And we have 1 this time, but we got the Mind Stone with Thanos, so we're snapping. We're going to do Mr. Thanos himself here. And Sinister London's going to allow us to get all of these stones into our capabilities. So let's actually shift the Space Stone out of there. We're going to place Sunspot as well. I don't think that's going to flood up the board too much for us. There's the rest of our stones. Love it. I used the stones to destroy the stones. All right. We got all the stones, so let's see how we want to play this out. I kind of want to get rid of Sinister London from our opponent, but I kind of like what I'm seeing. So let's do something like this for now. We're going to play out our stones. I kind of want to keep the Power Stone and Thanos available to double up on London here, but we need to make sure we can still win another zone too, right? So let's do this for now. We can also Hulkbuster, but let's convert the mana with Sunspot. I think that's fine enough. We're gonna max out our hand, but that's okay. Oof. No destroy on that one from our opponent, but that's okay. Alright, so we got the big bad Thanos. We can drop him. Let's go ahead and just get him out there. Let our opponent know we mean business. Moon Girl. Alright, so another Death Wave deck. Alright, doubled up on Thanos, which is great. We don't need this Power Stone quite yet, so we're actually just going to drop Hulkbuster. He's going to copy one of these into another zone. We'll fill up this zone, and then we can play the Power Stone, so I'm going to let this happen and convert this mana out again. We do need to drop this Reality Stone, though. So maybe we just drop the one Reality Stone. Yeah. We're going to switch up Wakanda and the Luchigula, whatever that's called. Alright, and then the fun part begins. Let's beef up Thanos big time. Get ready for some heavy Power Stone action. And we're going to get some high conversion ratio with Sunspot as well. This will be good. Let's see what our opponent decides to do here. Yep, there's death. Ooh, She-Hulk too. Yikes. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. Alright. Yes! Thanos for the win, baby. That double Power Stone action right there. Double Power Stone with double Thanos. 28 power. Nothing to gripe about, am I right? Very nice. Let's get you over to the next one, guys. That was a fun one. On to game 3. We are... Ooh, beautiful hand. This is the kind of hand where you just want to snap as soon as you see it. So we're going to do it. We're snapping. We got that Mind Stone. And let's rock it out early. With us already having some of these other stones in our hands, this means we're going to draw at least the other two, and hopefully we get the Time Stone. Time Stone, it was a no-go, but that's okay. Don't think we're going to have too much to gripe about. There's Big Bad Thanos. So I'm going to just drop the Space and Soul Stone. Again, Reality Stone's fine, and Power Stone we want to hang on to as long as we can. Alright, Psylocke from our opponent. So Magic actually is pretty nice here. In case we don't get into the Time Stone anytime soon, this will be nice to push that game an extra step. Isle of Silence. That's fine. Let's drop our Ant-Man. I'm going to go ahead and just get this zone changed. Not really hurting us too much. The fact that our opponent's playing Psylocke makes me feel pretty safe to play out our Power Stone. And since we're not converting any mana with Sunspot, we might as well play it out and just hope our opponent doesn't have any destroy effects. Alright, what you got? Reality into the sewer. Okay. And a Wolfsbane from our opponent. That's fine. So Khazar is going to be pretty nice for all these 1-drops we got out there. So let's get that rolling. And we're still seeking out our Time Stone. Buff us up, Khazar. And Ironheart from our opponent. Still nothing on the Time Stone, so let's get rid of the sewer system and push this to an extra turn. Unfortunately, we are going to pull out Chavez in this particular turn, which is nice when you don't need her, but it's nice when you need her. It's kind of like a hit or miss, right? So we got one more chance to draw into what we're hoping for. So I'm actually going to drop Thanos now and at least put out some power. This will buff up our zone right here, right? So that's at least a good start. Ooh, that Iron Man is going to be pretty tough to beat. So no super buffed Thanos. We could try Jubilee. How many cards? We got 3 cards in our deck. Can Jubilee pull the one we need? It might just be worth it to power it out and do something like this. We're not gonna win Stark Tower anymore. Does Jubilee get it for us though? And then we could do something like that. Let's try it, you know? Hey, we're here for Thanos, right? So 1 in 3 chance to get the Time Stone with Jubilee. Come on, baby. Quinjet. Not this time. Luckily, our opponents really went heavy on Stark Tower. Really heavy on Stark Tower, but we'll take it. Not bad. Not bad at all. Very nice. Let's get you over to the next one, guys. Alright guys, this is going to be our last one featuring the Mad Titan, and it's been a lot of fun getting back into the swing of this. Lamantis. Yeah, I agree, opponent. What just happened? So, unfortunately, this is the kind of game where we're not going to be able to do too much. We can see if we can outperform our opponents here. Quinjet's going to allow us to play all these cards for free, but we're just going to have to wait it out and see. We might end up retreating depending on what our opponents do, but let's see how it goes, right? We're just going to play him out, right? We got nothing else we can do. No draw card actions, which is unfortunate. And Klin, though, okay. I actually like Klin here. So we'll do that. And just cross our fingers our opponents don't want to play here. How many cards they got left? 4. They like this middle zone. We are steering clear of the middle zone. We kind of have to get lucky. We really do. Khazar's nice, buffing up our deck. Our opponents are going hard. And there's Cosmo. Okay, alright. That's not the worst thing in the world. Here's the thing. We could keep playing, but we want our opponents guessing what's in our hand. So we're just going to end the turn. We'll see if they play anything incline, whatever you want to call it. But this is, ooh, opponent's snapping. This is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. Let's see what they got. We'll hang on. I don't mind what we're doing, but there's the warpath. All right. Make or break right here. Reality Stone, what you got for us? Our opponent's got 2 cards in hand. Mr. Fantastic. Reality Stone, what you bringing us? Ooh. All right. I don't think we can win this, but if we were to try bringing this on over too, we only need to beat this with 2. So if we do that, can we win? We're really just going to buff up Mojo. Mojo's going to go to 6, 7, 8. So 6 on 17. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope, not this one. Not bad. We're gonna get out of here, but you know, it was still fun, right? We gave it a shot. That little Mantis is a tough one to go against, but overall, guys, this deck is a lot of fun. You can definitely have your own iterations of it. Playing the Mad Titan Thanos is just a blast, and I hope you guys get him in your collection token level, or get lucky enough and have the collection tokens available to purchase him from the shop. Right now I'm working on Galactus. I'm getting close to that 6,000 collector token level, but not quite yet. But be looking out real soon for next deck tech. And if you liked this video and you lasted this long, please consider liking and subscribing. It means a lot to me to see you guys are still interested in this sort of content from myself. And until next time, we'll see ya. Bye, guys.